Thanks for clicking on MidlandsConnect.com. I'm Brian McConkey, and this is Watch Fox News on the Net. Here's a look at some of the stories we're working on for you for tonight. Well, it's another critical game week in South Carolina after Saturday's beatdown of Georgia. Steve Spurrier and company getting ready for yet another high-profile duel with preseason #1 LSU this weekend in Baton Rouge. USC's #3 ranking right now, the highest since 1984. But despite their success, Coach Spurrier says not so fast.
We're just in the middle of it right now. And we're getting some national attention. You know, that's what we all like, but it can turn south on you if you don't watch it. So we're just trying to guard against going south and make sure we're totally ready to play this week, because this is a good team.
Now, Sports Director Rick Garney and Derek Phillips will have much more on game week preparations coming up tonight. Well, some news from the State House now. Several groups from opposite sides of the political spectrum taking aim at South Carolina House Speaker Bobby Harrell, the South Carolina Progressive Network, and the South Carolina Policy Council, calling on the state attorney general to investigate Harrell's campaign account spending. Last month, the speaker's spending came under fire after the Charleston Post and Courier reported he had been vague in reporting hundreds of thousands of dollars in reimbursements. Harrell said he did nothing improper, showing the Associated Press documents to back up his claims. But the director of South Carolina Common Cause, John Krangle, begs to differ.
Running around like a rabbit being chased by dogs in a briar patch, trying to hide from reporters and not explain to them what he's been doing. We feel he needs to come clean, be a man, and come right here to the State House and hold a press conference similar to the one we're having today and answer any and all questions asked.
Well, Harrell spokesman Greg Foster responding with this statement saying, quote, "It has been thoroughly demonstrated and reported by media outlets statewide that Speaker Harrell is in full compliance with all aspects of the Ethics Act. These political groups are attacking the Speaker for using privately raised campaign funds to pay for many expenses that could have been charged to taxpayers." Now, that's the political temperature. No doubt a bit hot in the capital city, but not so much in the weather department. Another dreary day across the Midlands. This is a look at downtown Columbia from our Capital Center cam. Garrett Biedenbaugh in the Skywatch Weather Center with the latest. Now, Garrett, are we coming out of the dreariness at any point?
We will eventually. We thought it would be today, but it turns out that the clouds are hanging on a little bit longer. You can see the break in the clouds to our west here from Columbia, but we are still cool in the upper 50s, and the temperatures to our west are actually pretty nice. But first, let's take a look at satellite and radar. You can see no precipitation at this time. You can kind of see the grayness of the outline of where the cold air wedge is still in place, and that will become a popular name throughout this winter. Upper 50s in Columbia, upper 50s as well in Camden, but Orangeburg 63 degrees, Aiken 61. Columbia only 58 so far today. 78 degrees is where we should be, so about 20 degrees below normal for this time of year. Today's high temperatures reflects that cool change as well. 58 in Columbia, 64 in Orangeburg. You can definitely tell where the clouds were today. We'll have much more on the warm-up, if you call it a warm-up, tonight at 10.
Well, not a bad day to spend maybe a little time indoors and talk some tech. Some of the biggest names in the industry taking a trip to the capital city on Tuesday. The 4th annual Carolina Technology Conference and Expo setting up at the Columbia Convention Center. Several companies in town to showcase the latest technology being used all across the business world. IT and security professionals on hand. Even Microsoft to talk about the latest and greatest in the tech field. In Columbia, of course, playing host to that. Well, that's it for this edition of Watch Fox News on the Net. We'll continue to update the latest news and weather right here on MidlandsConnect.com. And be sure to join us tonight for Watch Fox News at 10.